Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's SydneyS.Marie here. Hi, how are you doing today? Alright, so by the title you guys can tell that I'm going to be doing a Q&A. Honestly, I don't really do many videos like this where I'm talking sitting down. I'm also going to be doing a little makeup routine, my everyday makeup routine. Not that this was anything requested, but I kind of wanted to film this because I wanted to sit and talk to you guys, and I'm like, you know what, I could definitely kill two birds with one stone if I'm answering questions and doing my little makeup. So that's what we're gonna do. I asked you guys to ask me questions about my channel, monetization, anything that you guys wanted to really see, and literally I got so freaking many. I asked y'all this around maybe like 2 weeks ago or maybe 3 weeks. It's been a minute, so I'm finally getting around to filming this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So I don't normally do videos where I'm just sitting and talking to y'all, so I'm really hoping this is something that you guys want to see, because I really enjoy like talking, obviously, but I really enjoy watching these types of videos, and then I like kind of filming this type of stuff. So this is just something I wanted to do. So if my lace is kind of lifting on this side, I did this maybe, how many days has it been? It's almost been like a week since I've had this in, more than likely. So I need to touch up and like put some freeze spray or some type of spray there so I can kind of make the lace go down. So just fair warning. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the first question, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen as well. So I got this question from Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, definitely follow me. I'm gonna put my @name up on the screen. But first question is, how do you get yourself noticed by companies to sponsor you? To be honest, the way I got sponsored was making haul videos. Like, that's kind of what started my sponsorships. I probably gotten like a couple false sponsorships before, because you know, you get different types of sponsorships, whether or not they're good ones or bad ones. But my try-on hauls, my Shein try-on haul is what really brought like a lot of different companies to my channel, and to this day it still brings a lot of different companies to my channel. Depending on your niche and like what your channel content is primarily, that would help you to kind of decide what type of content you want to make. And like, say if you're doing makeup videos and then your videos start getting, you know, more and more noticed, you'll get makeup companies reaching out to you. For me, I started getting sponsorships when I made haul videos. The next question is, to get sponsored, do you have to reach out to the company or do they have to reach out to you? Like, I'm at a barbershop or like a hair salon. But to be honest, I just want to let it be known that I say "to be honest" a lot in this video. I didn't notice it until I'm sitting here editing, so please just ignore. I'm annoying, I know, and honestly I don't know why I kept saying it. See, I'm saying it now. I really can't. Just ignore. I reached out to Shein the first time when I was getting sponsored. I reached out to them and they did respond, but they said no. The first time I reached out to them, I think I had around I'm not even sure how many subscribers I had, quite honestly. Let me look. I reached out to them on June 12th. I'm not really sure how many subscribers I had. I'm thinking I might have had like maybe 4,000 or 5,000. Honestly, I can't really remember, and I might have had less, honestly, but I really don't remember. And I asked them, you know, I told them a little bit about my channel, and at the time I only had 4 Shein hauls up, and one had like over 50,000 views. And they was like, no, we're not really interested. They told me that, you know, my channel wasn't suitable for them at the moment, which is, you know, whatever. You know, you win some, you lose some. Was a little upset, but you know, the crazy thing is, like a few weeks later, and I'm pretty sure I still had about 5,000 subscribers, they reached out to me from a different email and asked did I want to be partnered with them. So that was really crazy, because like, you know, they said no initially, and then someone else reached out to me and said yeah. So I was a little confused, but you know, more or less I was still really happy. But to furthermore answer your question, you can reach out to the companies or they can reach out to you. I believe like the only company I've ever reached out to is Shein, but I would definitely be open to like reaching out to other companies if that's just what I wanted to do. But you know, I haven't really done that yet besides Shein. You know, I probably will eventually, depending on the company, but that's my answer to that. The next question is, your channel grew so fast, what's the tea, sis? I'm really consistent on my channel. I make a lot of haul type content, a lot of fashion content and stuff, so I feel like, you know, that's what people like. But at the end of the day, like, of course I want to do what y'all like, because you know, this is my fan base, this is my supporters, like, you know, y'all make whatever I do possible. But I also want to make content that I like. So me now, like, I'm trying to really venture out with the content that I'm making. But I still want to stay on track with answering this question. But to answer the question, my growth came from consistency. It really came from the hauls. It really just came from me posting a lot. The summer is where I had most of my growth. I can't wait till this summer coming up because I have a lot of, you know, bomb content that I'll be making soon. The next question is recording tips, and honestly I'm still kind of learning a tour thing about recording. You know, I use my Canon G7X Mark II, but I know a lot of people who use their phone and their content is still really good. So you don't have to get a nice camera, you don't have to have like the best setup or anything like that, but as long as you know your lighting is pretty nice, like filming with natural light, like right now I'm using my natural light and then I'm using like a little mirror right here. As long as you have those small little factors, like making sure that, you know, there's not really that much noise in the background, that everything's a little bit, you know, nice aesthetic, you know, kind of just really small things. Like you don't really need a real nice camera, you don't really need the best lighting, like you have resources. Before I jump in, I want to show y'all what I'm using, but I'm using the LA Pro concealer. I don't really like using foundation. This is in the color Fawn, and this is just what I be using because I'm not really into like that, you know, intense makeup. Like, you know, I like doing it here and there, but for my everyday I do more neutral looks. Next question is, how do you get sponsorships? So as I was saying before, you know, you just kind of have to make a lot of content. You got to be real consistent. And you know, for me, like my haul content, my fashion content is really what brought sponsors my way. Like it's literally opened up so many offers for me, especially if you're like a haul channel or a clothing channel, fashion, whatever, and you want to start getting sponsorships from like those brands. You need to make fashion haul content, you know, can really push your channel. You know, Shein is definitely something that has helped me a lot, but you know, there's other brands that you could do. You know, there's not just Shein. But this next question is, how do you balance work and school? And let me tell you guys, this semester that I just passed was probably so hard for me to balance everything. Like I had the hardest time managing school and work, and a lot of people was saying that I did, you know, a good job at managing it, and to be honest I feel like I did, but it was so freaking hard. Like I struggled so much, and I honestly like lost focus on uploading. Really just had to find time to do things. I wrote a lot of different stuff in my notes, like as far as making myself a schedule, because I feel like that's definitely a way I stayed, you know, consistent or at least on track. School is my main priority, and you know, that's not anything that will, you know, change. So I had to very much so stay consistent with that. However, balancing work, school, you know, YouTube, I just had to make time and really write out a schedule for myself, because if I didn't do it, then there was no way that I was going to be consistent. Like I had a whole assignments board. If you ever watch some of my school vlogs that I have up on my channel, you know that I have a whole assignments board that I dedicate strictly to all my assignments and the due dates of the month, and I would kind of just write out the dates I would do them. I would try to plan in like in between when I could film videos and whatnot, you know, just try to be as consistent as possible. It's going to be hard in the first stages, especially because I took 5 classes. I also worked a part-time job. This next question is, how was the getting monetized process? It wasn't really that hard. Once you reach the criteria that YouTube wants you to reach as far as like getting monetized and like the requirements, it's not really hard to do. Literally, I think if you had already tried to apply, it'll submit your application automatically, or you press apply, something like that. I'm not really sure, but after you get to that stage, like it's pretty simple. But I mean, getting the subscribers, if you're consistent, it really isn't hard. 4,000 watch hours is probably the harder part, but getting to 1,000 subscribers, like it may seem like it's impossible, but if you're making content constantly and you're putting in work, like it's really not hard. If you're being really consistent and if you're making content that people want to see, then I think that you can totally reach that goal. But as far as the whole process afterwards, that's pretty simple. You know, getting to that may seem a little bit hard, but you just can't be discouraged. You kind of have to keep pushing yourself and working hard for it. I actually really love doing concealer, you guys. Like, look at that. Look how much my under eyes has been brightened just from simple concealer, and I also use a wet beauty blender. Next question is, do you have to pay for your sponsorships? And no, you don't have to. I mean, I think that, no, okay, let me tell you this. So there will be companies like reaching out to you saying you have to buy a product first before you get sponsored and all this other type of stuff, but I'm gonna just let y'all know that is not true. Do not trust those companies that say that, because they're really just out to get your money. You should not have to pay to get a sponsorship, and I'm just letting y'all know that now, because I know, like, when I first started my channel, being a content creator and making a lot more, you know, videos and stuff, I would get people in Instagram, like companies like DMing me saying, oh well, if you buy this, you know, we can do this and do that, but like that's not the case. Next question is, I watched you when you first started your channel. How did you blow up? Oh my god, y'all, Look, no. There's like a difference between gaining growth and blowing up on your channel, because you can have a video that blows up but the growth on your channel is not constant, or you just have one video that blows up and that's it. You know, you don't really get any growth from that. But my most popular video at the moment right now is my room makeover video, and at the time a lot of people were filming room makeover videos, but I feel like those videos are always so freaking popular because a lot of people, like, everyone's always going to be redoing their room, or there's always going to be a time where somebody is redoing their room. It's like, it never gets old. Just wanted to show y'all like my room, and that video has gotten me so many subscribers. It's gotten me so much like of the support that I have to this day. Super blessed for that, honestly. Making that relevant content at the time really will help your channel do super well. And you know, there's a really good mixture that you should be doing with your videos. Like, you can make content that is super, you know, relevant at the time, and then you can also make content that is your own. From like me, who in the summer that was all I was doing was haul channels, whenever I made any other type of video I feel like I wouldn't be getting, you know, any type of views or nothing like that. You know, I want my channel not just for the hauls, I want it to grow into something more. So, you know, you have to find that balance. I have another question regarding sponsorships, and it is, when did you start receiving sponsorships constantly? And after I made my Shein haul, like, that's when the sponsorships started coming in. Like, I've worked with Pretty Little Thing, I've worked with Fashion Nova, like hair companies. Literally after all those hauls that I filmed, like, I mean, after my Shein haul, like, that is when everybody, you know, was like, let's reach out. So literally after my Shein haul, that is when companies started reaching out. It's actually amazing. Like, Shein has literally brought me so many opportunities. It's beyond amazing. So this next question, I already answered part of it. It was, how do you get sponsors? And the next question is advice on starting a YouTube channel. Definitely want to say, be yourself. Definitely start off being as consistent as you can. Don't start your channel if you know that you're not gonna be able to post frequently, because I remember my channel, like, I stopped being on my channel for a while, and I came back thinking, you know, my subscribers are still gonna be there, but YouTube will not recommend your videos like if you're not consistent. And it's actually crazy because a lot of my subscribers, like, even these days, some of them are not getting these post notifications, and I'm like, okay, YouTube, what are you doing? You gotta be consistent, you guys. The next question is, how long did it take you to get monetized after being consistent, and did you reach... Okay, so I already answered that second part about the brands, but monetized, I had my channel for a while. Like, I've had my channel for a very, very long time. I was not consistent, and the monetization rules back then were completely different than what they are now. Like, significantly different. Before YouTube changed their guidelines, you had to have 10,000 subscribers, and the only way that I would get partnered or be able to make money is through a third-party like network. So I was partnered with Style Hall for a really long time. I don't know if anybody remembers Style Hall, but I was partnered with them for a little bit. They did nothing for me. Would not recommend, honestly. I don't think they're out anymore, but it was honestly like, just no, like, they did nothing for me. After YouTube changed their guidelines with it being 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, like, that made it so much easier for people to start making money. Like, amazing. I would say after I started being consistent, it took me maybe, I think I started being consistent probably, so March, was it March? So it took like maybe 2-3 months. Yeah, about 2 to 3 months, but it can be shorter. These lashes are going to be put on as quick as I can, but these are them. I got them from my IG vendor. I don't even think she sells them anymore, but if she does, I'm going to link it down below. And I'm pretty sure these are like maybe 25 millimeter. I really don't know. They're long as a mug, but these are really, really nice lashes. That's when my lashes are drying. I can answer some more questions. So this next one is about school. She asked, how many years of school do you have left? I have this, not even a year. I have this semester left of community college, and then I plan on maybe transferring. I'm really still thinking about my plan right now, so honestly, when I have it, I'll let y'all know. But as of right now, I get my associate's degree after spring, so basically like summer. So that's when I get my degree, and it's in pre-professional health science. It's like a prep program, because, you know, initially I went to school because I wanted to be a doctor. Actually, I wanted to be a pediatrician, and it was so funny because I was watching Kabira's video, and she was saying how she wanted to be a pediatrician, and literally that's what I wanted to do too. I was like, oh my gosh. But now I'm working towards maybe like nursing, pediatric nurse, something like that, or ER nurse. That's kind of what my plan is right now. Next question is, with the money you make from YouTube, do you consider it's enough to get an apartment, or have you considered to move out? One thing about me is that I have a spending problem. If I was to save up all my checks that I got from YouTube, I sure enough could have moved out by now, honestly. But with that being said, I'm really working on saving this year and, you know, saving more. I'm gonna come back to this question, you guys. I just need to put my lash on. It's getting dry. Alright, I'm gonna put the other glue on this other lashes, but long story short, no. I mean, honestly, if I save these YouTube checks, I probably could get an apartment, no lie. But as of right now, I do plan on just staying with my parents for just a little bit longer until I'm, you know, financially stable, till I got my, you know, career job in the making. This next question is, has there been any companies that I've reached out to collab, or would I want to work with any ones in the future, or which ones I would want to work with in the future? So I've only ever reached out to Shein, and I haven't really thought about any companies I wanted to work with in the future. I'm pretty sure there's plenty, like for sure GOAT, because y'all know I be buying all my shoes from GOAT. So GOAT, if you're seeing this, sponsor a girl, please, because you know what, I buy shoes from y'all all the time. Next question is, when and why did you decide making YouTube videos? And I guess when did you decide it was your thing? When am I studying in college? And have I ever had doubts about YouTube and college? So to answer the first question, I had so many different channels. I had a channel for squishies, I had channels for polymer clay, resin, like girl, I had a GIMP channel, like, you know, the little craft lace GIMP stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Comment down below. I had so many freaking channels. I had a channel where I spoke Spanish, and I wasn't even, I don't even speak Spanish. First of all, I know a little bit, but I was acting like I was literally having Google. I wrote down notes, and I was, that's embarrassing. I don't know what I was doing, girl, but I don't have that channel anymore. I don't even know the name. But this channel I started like years ago, but I haven't really been consistent, and it's a little bit different now, I suppose. What am I studying in college? And like I said, I'm studying, well, I'm trying to study for nursing, but my major at the moment, what I'm graduating with, is pre-professional health science major. And then the last question is, do I have any doubts about YouTube in college? So initially I did, but now I'm seeing that, you know, YouTube is obviously not something that's forever. It's not something that I think you can do forever. I mean, maybe you can, but well, you can, because honestly, like with YouTube, people don't just have their YouTube channel, they grow into different things. Like James Charles, he has his YouTube channel, but he also has his brand, Sister Apparel, and then he has other things. Like YouTubers like that, like they start their business here on YouTube, but then they expand, and that's something I definitely want to do, because you know, you can make money, I guess, primarily from YouTube, but I want to do more. I want to expand. So, you know, I kind of have doubts, but as of right now, like where I'm going, I'm still going to be in school, but you know, maybe some opportunities will open up for me. Who knows? We'll see. I hope so, you know. Next question is favorite kind of videos to make, and let me just line my lips and I'll tell you. My favorite kind of videos to make at the moment, like lately, it's been talking videos, because I really like talking to you guys. Like it's just something that I can't get past. I really like doing this. But I also like making my haul and my fashion videos. Those are also really fun to make and super enjoyable to, you know, sit down and edit and watch. They are a lot of work, not gonna lie, but I still really do like making that type of content. The next question is biggest mistake YouTube related, and honestly, I really don't have one. I don't feel like I've made any mistakes currently, like up-to-date mistakes, so I don't have an answer for that one, unfortunately. I think something I would want to improve on is commenting more on other channels and like supporting more channels, even smaller channels like myself or anything like that, because I find myself watching a lot of different types of content, but I never end up like commenting on it, you know. That's a really good way to make YouTube friends, and also a really good way to grow. So I definitely want to start commenting more, engaging more. This next question is, what's your #1 tip for someone trying to grow their channel? And I'm gonna say this, like I said it earlier, consistency is key. You want to be consistent. Next question is, how much do you charge, or how much do you decide to charge, and how do you negotiate your contracts? And they also asked about the brands and how, if I wait for them to contact me, and I already answered that. You kind of want to dictate how much you charge by like what you feel is necessary, because you know, what I may think may not be what y'all think. But I haven't even made a rate card yet. I'm still working on making one, because it just be hard. Like it's kind of nerve-wracking, like figuring out what I should charge. You know, I be trying to compare, but at the end of the day, you kind of want to look at what you feel like is necessary. What I may charge may be different from anybody else. You know your worth personally. As far as negotiating contracts, I've actually done that plenty of times, because a lot of vendors, or not vendors but brands, will actually do certain things, but there are ways that you can kind of negotiate, and most of the time they'll be upfront with you and will be okay with this. So just kind of find different ways. You know, if you have a concern or something that you don't personally like, then you can definitely go over that. Like, this is a negotiating a contract, but I remember I had a brand that wanted me to post on my Instagram, and I really did not like their clothes. I'm not even gonna call up the brand, but I did not personally like their clothes, and I told them I did not want to work with them anymore. And when I said that, they were perfectly fine. You know, they said, okay, you know, whatever, not whatever, but I'm just saying, like, they were cool with it. And most of the time, most companies will be. The next question is, how hard was it when you first started your YouTube channel? And when I first started my YouTube channel, I honestly thought it was so freaking hard, but as I said before, once you're really consistent, like, it gets very much so easier. YouTube is not an easy thing. Most people think they can just jump in and start, but you know, if you're consistent, if you're staying motivated, which can be hard, you know, you really just have to grind, you know, be on your best game, because people think, you know, you can just make money, and honestly, that is not the case at all. Next question is, how do you gain subscribers and money using YouTube? As I said before, I'm super consistent. I make a lot of hauls, so the hauls is what really generates the subscribers. The views is not what gets you the money, it's the watch time. So depending on how long your video is and how much people watch, that's kind of the money that you get from it. Next question is, how did you get your channel to be noticed and earn growth? As I said before, I don't want it to be too repetitive, but I do make a lot of fashion haul content, a lot of trendy content, and that's kind of how I've gotten my channel to make a cool little jump start. The amount of views and subscribers you need in order to start receiving money, I'm repeated, but you have to have 4,000 watch hours and you have to have 1,000 subscribers to start making money. Next question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? Most definitely, like, my YouTube channel name used to be what did it used to be? It used to be Smile for XOXO, and it was literally that because if you guys know, like, this YouTuber, I don't even think she makes videos like that anymore. Maybe she does. She just had a baby, congrats to her. But Smile Buddies XOXO, Haley Lane, if anybody knows her, you know, she was my inspiration to starting my channel, and I started because I really liked her content, and then that's kind of why I started. But that was years ago, like years ago, man. That's not even her name anymore on YouTube. How do you stay motivated and keep making YouTube videos? It's really hard for me to be motivated. I myself, even these days, I'm not even that motivated. I'm really trying to push through. Initially, it's gonna be hard, but once you have that routine down, then that's where you can really start to generate that income, those views, get supporters consistently. And then this next question is, how long do you think you'll be able to continue making YouTube videos? I'm not even sure. Like, I'm hoping I can make it for a while, but maybe like I want to make it as long as I can, so I really don't have a date for that. Next question, we're almost done, you guys, don't even worry, but how often do you receive a YouTube check? I receive it every month, like maybe between the 21st and 23rd, depending on how big my check is, or my bank, or really what day of the week it falls on. It kind of depends like that. And last question, ever get tired of buying new clothes or never have space for it or just end up not wearing it? So I don't personally get tired of buying clothes. Honestly, I just do not, because most of the time I'm not even buying my own clothes. I'm having to pick from a certain selection. Well, I can mainly pick from the website, like the entire website, but sometimes I, you know, don't just want to have one brand. Like, now I've been trying to get more clothes rather than just Shein clothes. I love shopping at Shein. Shein is always going to be in my heart personally, but I want to have a variety of clothes. So, you know, if I'm just picking from there and then I go to different sites, like, I don't really get tired. But as far as the space, I've been giving away a whole lot of clothes, you guys. I literally have a box of clothes in my basement of stuff that I'll be selling and giving away. I just donated a whole bunch of clothes to Purple Heart, a bunch of shoes, a bunch of just stuff. I've been trying not to keep stuff that I don't need, because, you know, it's just no need for me to have it if I'm not wearing it. But that's just that. That's the answer to that. I know this video was super long. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This is like the everyday makeup look that I came up with. My hair, it's supposed to be a little bit more fluffy, but it's not dry, so it'll get fluffier throughout the day. But if you did enjoy, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you guys want me to do more sit down content like this, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.